Hi, I'm Lynn ISSA, and in this video I'm gonna present my context research, which is about the flora and geology of the coastal sites in Lebanon. As you can see in the first map, due to its geographic position between the Arabian, African, and Eurasia plates, the country is crossed by 5 main fault branches. As you can see in the second map, the Rum, Yamune, Sirgaya, Rashaya, and Hasbaya faults. In the past, these faults have generated earthquakes of magnitude exceeding 7, leading to massive destruction in Beirut and Tripoli. The Lebanese geological context is very complex, presenting a very large spatial variability of soils within a very small area. The geology of Beirut and its suburbs shows that the subsoil can be classified into two main categories, sandy areas as shown in the first picture, and limestones or marly limestone spaces as shown in the second picture. The limestones or marly limestones layers that I talked about in the previous slides are from the Cretaceous period. The rocks that were either deposited or formed during the Cretaceous period make up the Cretaceous system, which is shown in the first table. So this system is divided into two rock series, the upper and the lower, which correspond to units of time known as the early Cretaceous epoch and the late Cretaceous epoch. In the upper series, we can find the Cenomanian stage, which is the interval of time that corresponds to the rocks, sediments, and fossils described in the type area of the Cenomanian stage. The rocks and sediments of the Cretaceous system show variation in the thickness of their sequences. The erosion of some mountains produced clastic sediments such as conglomerates, sandstones, and shales. The Ashrafieh Hill and the eastern part of the peninsula of Beirut on the west side of Nahar Beirut, but also the Rausha rock consist of helvetic marls and limestone. But in this slide, the first picture is taken from the Alp Mountains in France, and the second picture is the Rausha rock in Beirut, which are actually made of the same type of rocks, which are the helvetic marls and limestone. In this slide, we can see two maps. In the first map, the port of Beirut is in green, which shows that it belongs to the Cenomanian stage and the Miocene field. But in the second map, we can see that it mainly has marly limestone, calcite, and conglomerate rocks. In this slide, I'm showing the types of rocks and the difference between marly limestone and conglomerate. So the marly limestone has a varied yet harmonious color range that includes cream, beige, and multiple shades of gray. It's composed of clay and carbonate, and it's shown in the first picture. The second picture is conglomerate, which is a sedimentary rock made up of rounded clasts. The spaces between the clasts are generally filled with sand and clay particles. It's bound together by a cement that is usually composed of calcite or quartz. Type of rocks changes from one area to another. In this slide, I wanted to show the study of the different types of rock of rocks found in Manara. So the Manara corresponds to the Albian and Cenomanian stages, so it's composed of marly limestones, calcite and green marlstone as shown respectively in the pictures. The Ashrafia also belongs to the Miocene stage, so it's also composed of marly limestones, but it also has conglomerate and breccia calcite. In the Daura we can find alluvium and sandy covers. So now in the Quenya we can find marly limestone, clay, and redstone. So now I'm gonna talk about the fauna in the coastal sites of Lebanon. I'm gonna talk about the different animals shown in the pictures. So the Mediterranean monk seal is found in the caves of Rauche. The bottlenose dolphins have also been observed close to the seashore as they hunt fish. We can also find a large community of fruit bats, which are common species in coastal cities. In the winter and in winter storms, marine species such as gannets and shearwaters can be spotted from headlands, but also gulls are commonly observed on the shore. But in spring and fall, migrating pelicans can also be seen. In addition to all of these information, we can find in the coastal sites of Lebanon endemic plants. 2021 plant species are broad endemics and 90 are narrow endemics. For the second research presentation, I only focused on sand because it's the element that is most linked and connected to my previous research. So what is sand? It's a loose granular material that results from the disintegration of rocks. It's mainly consisting of rock or mineral grains, rounded grains of quartz. It comes from many locations, sources, and environments. Sand forms when rocks break down from weathering and eroding over thousands and even millions of years. Rocks take time to decompose, especially quartz and feldspar. I'm going to show in the next slide these two types of rocks. I said that sand is composed of different materials that vary depending on location, but it also comes in a selection of different colors, which I will be showing and explaining more in the next slides. So in the first picture we can see the quartz rock, and in the second one the feldspar. Okay, so we have different colors of sand. The white sand is made of eroded limestone and may contain coral and shell fragments, in addition to other organic fragmental material. The black sand is composed of volcanic minerals, lava fragments, and coral deposits. And then the pink sand is a microscopic organism that has a reddish pink shell, and you can find calcium in it. Then we have the red-orange sand, and the color of this sand is formed due to the coating of iron oxide. Then the white-gray sand, which consists of fine rounded grains, and it is well graded. And by the way, this is the type of sand that we can mostly find in beaches in Lebanon. And finally, I'm gonna talk about the green sand. So sometimes erosive forces separate the mineral olivine from other volcanic fragments, leading to creating this color of green for sand beaches. And in this slide, I'm showing pictures of these different colors of sand, and the fifth picture is the gray-white sand, which is found in Lebanon. Finally, I'm gonna talk about the types of sand and how can you use them. So we have the sea sand. This kind of sand is obtained from seashore, but it's not usually used for building because it contains salt in a big amount. And then we have the artificial sand, which is produced by crushing both basalt rock or granite. The brick sand is mainly used for brickwork. The plaster and fine sand are used for plastic work, and concrete sand and gravelly sands are both used for concrete work. Thank you.